She was lost in so many different ways, out in the darkness with no guide. I know the cost of a losing head, never for the place of God. Oh, I found heaven on earth. You are my last, my first, and then I hear this voice and I've been alone and I'm surrounded.
So God's intention is that we leave our parents to be joined to our husband and wife. When a father agrees to, in quotes, give his daughter away, he is endorsing this biblical principle and giving his consent to his daughter's marriage. He is willingly forfeiting the primary place that he and his wife has made for the life of their daughter. He is giving his blessing to the marriage. With this understanding, let me ask, who gives this woman to be married to this man?
Her mother.
Do the parents of the groom, likewise, give your son to be married to this woman?
We do.
Do both parents give your blessings to Nick and Stacy in this new relationship of marriage? Do you support them with your love and agree to give them the freedom to grow together as a new, separate family unit with the love of Christ?
Yes, we do.
Why don't you guys come back here behind the table? It's going to be easier. Over here. Okay. Dear friends, we have gathered here in the presence of these witnesses to join this man and this woman in marriage. This outward celebration we shall see and hear is an expression of the inner love and devotion they have in their hearts. The ceremony of marriage in which you come to be united is the first and oldest ceremony in the entire world, celebrated in the beginning of creation. Indeed, marriage is a gift from God, given to comfort the sorrows of life and to magnify its joys. Marriage is the clasping of hands, the blending of hearts, the union of two lives as one. Your marriage must stand neither by the authority of the state, nor by the seal on your wedding certificate, but by the strength of your love and by the power of your faith in each other and in God's loving creation. O God, you have made us male and female, and have given us to be united to the one we love and to become one flesh. We thank you for the love Nick and Stacy have for you. We believe that you had led them to this day, and we ask your blessing as they exchange their vows and seal their promises. As they become husband and wife, may they do so not only in our presence, but in yours. And may your grace surround them, and your love be in their hearts today and always. Amen? Amen. Please be seated. Nick and Stacy have written their own vows, and they're going to share them with us. Who's going first?
much has changed through the years, but I think there was never a room there. And I'm like, I'm really happy that it's you. And I always wanted a man that treated me as well as my dad treated me. And I didn't think that they existed anymore. And then to a KGRG radio station. And you just completely made that. Made it real. Like, there were real men in this world that I get. I promise that I'm always going to love you. Even when you're very unlovable. And I promise that if you fight, I'll fight fair, because you can't take words back. And I'm always going to love you because I had all these broken pieces, and you put them together and made something beautiful. And you love my son. You're the same person in front of me that you are in front of your parents, in front of my parents, in front of everybody. And that's a very rare thing, to be comfortable enough in your own skin, to be able to just be you. And because of that, I can just be me. This dorky, weird, retarded person that I thought I could only be in front of my family because they had to love me. And you're just as dorky sometimes, and I love you so much. And that's all.
And that's all she said. We got a lot to live up to now. Okay. Stacy, I loved you on our third date. By our 10th, I knew I wanted to marry you. You have allowed me to be me, and supported me when I needed support, and held me when I needed to be held. I love you so much for everything you give me in my life. For those things, I vow this to you. I vow my love. I vow my strength. I vow my fidelity for you. Till my dying breath, you will be the number one person in my life forever. You have been such an amazing, supportive person. I didn't think existed either. I was just as surprised to walk into that station and find you. I love you. I will do everything in my power to make sure that you have everything in life you ever wanted. Jackson, I'm going to make some vows to you, okay? I vow to you that I will do everything I can to not give you everything in life, to make sure you are as prepared for life as you can get everything you want yourself. I vow to you this day that I will be your father, no matter the fights we get in, whatever the arguments that may come, I love you unconditionally with every I can. That's simple. Nick, do you before God and these witnesses take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife, to do as you promise that from this day forward you will be her faithful husband, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do you part?
I do.
Stacy, do you before God and these witnesses take this man as your lawfully wedded husband, to do as you promise that from this day forward you will be his faithful wife, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do you part? Okay, I have to share this. So, as we were, we didn't come out right away, the ring bearers and stuff, because the ring pillow fell, and we lost the ring, but it's been returned and found. So I had to share it. It was just too good not to share. But we do have both rings now. So, Jackson, can you bring the rings forward? And can you show them off to everybody? Can you go up and down the aisle and show them off? So these rings, though small in size, are very large in significance. Made of precious metal, they remind us that love is not cheap or common. Made in a circle, the design tells us that love must never come to an end. You must keep it continuous. As you wear these rings, whether together or apart for a moment, may they be constant reminders of these glad promises you make today. And so, Nick, will you take those two rings place it upon Stacy's finger and repeat after me. With this ring, I seal my promise to be your faithful and loving husband. That's right. E. Or it's more like yay. Okay, Stacy, will you take this ring and place it on Nick's finger and repeat after me. With this ring, I seal my promise to be your faithful and loving wife. Good job, Jackson. Okay. Nick and Stacy, today you are making a lifelong commitment to share the rest of your lives with each other and honor your children as well. Family relationship is symbolized through the pouring of these two individual containers of sand, each representing that you. I can't even say it. Let me try this one more time. Okay. Nick and Stacy, today you are making a lifelong commitment to share the rest of your lives with each other and to honor your children as well. Family relationship is symbolized through the pouring of these two individuals containers of sand, each representing that all that you were, all that you are, and all that you will ever be, and another container for your child. And there are children who will share in this marriage, and Jackson will now come forward to help us with the blending of sands. The gathering of this new family will have deep influence upon them. We realize that in order for a home to be a happy one, it is essential that there be love and understanding between the children and the adults being married. As you each hold your sand, the separate containers of sand represent your lives at this moment, individual and unique. As you now combine your sands together, your lives also join together as one family. You put all yours on the bottom, didn't you? Just as these grains of sand can never be separated and poured again into individual containers, so your marriage and your family be. Okay, everyone, this is your big moment. Okay, this is the big question. You know what the answer is, I hope. For all you here present today, do you promise to pray for Nick and Stacy and support them as time and circumstances may require?
Yes.
Okay, that's good news.
Yes.
Nick and Stacy have promised to take each other as husband and wife to live together in marriage. They have given rings as a sign of this unity. Therefore, they now enter into the state of matrimony. As a minister of God and in agreement with the laws of the state, I now pronounce them husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. May God bless you and keep you. May His countenance shine upon you and be gracious all the days of your life. May He bless your house as a house of love and your home as a home of peace. Amen?
Amen.
It's music. Wait for it. It's coming. It's coming.
One, two, three, four.
Best man.
Let's get in the doorway so everybody can see us.
Okay, I'll just stand in the doorway so everybody can see me.
Oh no, you're fine.
Hey man, the incognito with me.
Hey everybody.
Hi Jay!
Hey everybody. Hi. My name's Jay. Best man. About 6 months ago, I got married and Nick got to do a speech. I'll stand at the fireplace. Like I was saying, Nick got to say a speech at my wedding, so it's my turn. I've known Nick since it was about 8 years now. I think about 8 years. So backstory to this. 8 years ago, I get a phone call, from a teacher at Green River Community College. He was one of me and Nick's really good friends, who unfortunately can't be with us today. He gave me a call and said, Middleton, I don't know anything about the software. Can you teach a class? Yeah, I can do that. You're old. I understand. You don't know computers. It's okay. So I showed up. I started teaching a class, and I recently stopped drinking and partying, and pretty much had no social life because I was hiding at my house, trying to stay away from all of it. So I realistically had no friends at this time in my life. So all of a sudden, there's this guy, and he asked me to come hang out with him after one of the classes that I was teaching, and he happened to be in it, and that was Nick. So we went out, I think it was sushi, just hanging out, talking and everything, and come to find out, he recently stopped drinking, stopped partying and stuff, and I was like, cool, I have an accountability buddy. So, it was pretty cool. It wasn't like a sponsor because I didn't have anything, he didn't have anything, we were just both babies in this whole thing, so it's pretty cool. Throughout the years, we just kind of been having crazy antics, whether it be in radio, where I had eventually got a job in professional radio. I saw an opportunity for Nick to hop on the bandwagon with me to be an intern. I brought him on because I saw somebody with drive, more than just a friend, because there's also, I see the person in Nick that is a great human being. And also I see the person who's motivated and driven and wants to do something great. And that's what I love about him, is that he's so focused about everything that he puts his mind to. Especially when Stacy walked in to the picture. Because I'm officially retiring the bromance today. That's right, Stacy stole my man. And it's okay, I have no grudges, but you can tell, like, when Stacy walked in to the picture, like, the focus that he puts into the relationship is like the same amount of focus, energy, and just heart that he puts into anything else. And me and Nick have gone through so much together of putting things to, like, putting our hearts in things that creatively we love. And that's another thing about Nick that maybe not everybody knows. He's very creative, and it makes everything so much better whether if you're just a friend, a family member. And Stacy, don't let him lose that creative mind, because for the rest of your life, it's going to be the biggest surprise for you every single time. And that's one of the coolest things. And the biggest thing I can respect about Nick is how openly he took in a child into his life and just became a dad without being asked to be. It was probably one of the most respectful things that I've ever seen any one of my friends do. So, Jackson, I don't know where you're at. He's in the kids' room. But Jackson, you may not know it now, but you have a really awesome dad. You have an incredible person in your life that's going to help guide you and help you just, if when you're down, he'll pick you back up. And that's okay. That's what's awesome about Nick, because he's seen me get kicked down, he helped me back up. I watched him get kicked down, I helped him back up because he was loyal to me and I've been loyal to him. So, wow, I can't believe I actually did all of that without writing any of it down. Because when you're dyslexic, you can't write anything because you know you can't read it. So, I don't have a glass because, well, like I said, I don't drink. So, we're going to raise our glasses.
Need a glass of water?
Oh, yeah, actually, I can drink that. Sweet. Nick, Stacy, I love both of you guys. We don't see each other as much, which, that's life. I've grown to know that as we get older. We can't go to each other's houses and film stupid YouTube videos that never even make it to YouTube and trash each other's houses doing it. But we can plan on it in the future.
There we go.
So to Nick and Stacy. Cheers. All right. Maid of Honor's up. And she's got a +1 too.
You did really good. I don't know how I'm going to top it. Right? I know. I'm like about to go into labor. Take my break.
Make it fast.
Oh, it's not.
No, I just not talking into it. So I have known Stacy for about 3 to 4 years, and I would say we became instant best friends. And she has always been there for me. She's been there through my ups and downs. And one thing that I know about Stacy and Nick is they both have the biggest hearts. And I've had the opportunity to actually live with the both of them, and that was interesting. And I saw them from the get-go, and I knew right away when Nick came along that it was real, because Stacy was, you know, all us girls, we know you're gonna get ready and you actually really, really care, and that's how Stacy was with Nick. And he was honestly just a gentleman from the get-go, and the both of them are just great together. I did write down stuff a little bit. So, Stacy, you have been such a good friend, and anytime that I needed you, a hug, a song, especially your songs, those are my favorites. And overall, just an awesome, and you're beautiful, and you're a great friend, a mother, and you're gonna be a great wife. And I think that you guys are going to be really good together. And in return, Nick has been there for her through her ups and downs, and he has been very patient and understanding, and so eager to come to the same level in any situation. So thank you, Nick, for taking care of my best friend. And you two are going to be an amazing team to getting through those hard times, ups and downs. And I love you both, and I'm so excited and grateful to be here during your time getting married. And Nick, making me cry when you knelt down on your knee and talked to Jackson, like, you stepping up to the plate, like, that means more than anything to a mother. And I'm, you know, you see me through my hard times being a single mother, and it means so much. So thank you for that, and you're going to be a great father, and I love you both. Congratulations, and I'm excited to see everything throughout your times together being married.
And now the groom wants to say a message.
God help us all.
Okay, I'm not going to the fireplace while you're doing this. Now, there are a couple things I want to say tonight that some of you may not know.
Who are you?
I'm the guy that just got married. Myself over
Didn't know that.
there. This wedding, it's amazing to me. Amazing to everything. It's great. But there was some points as we were planning for this and looking into our family histories that I'd like to talk about, because I believe this is actually very historically significant.
Oh dear. Oh no.
So,
Oh
the Westcotts and the Harmons do share some things in common. We're both families that have been here before America existed,
Oh,
before the
God.
United States of America. But that's pretty much where it ends. The Westcotts lived in the north and were known for their treaties with Indians and cooperations. And the Harmons were known as Indian killers.
Good setup, man. Way to go, buddy. We have some problems here.
It's okay. There's a lot of time in history that we've been in the United States, so when we move on, the Westcotts, we fought for the North, and the Harmons fought for the Confederacy.
I knew it! Nick, we should have talked about this thing first.
Your honeymoon's not tonight, is it?
Now, throughout all of this stuff, there are some stuff I would like to point out. Throughout history, the Westcotts and the Hartmans, looking at it historically, have been on the opposite sides of everything except for one thing. We were both bootleggers. Because when they outlawed liquor, that was not going to happen for either side.
Common bond, Nick.
It's the common bond right there. Well, that and today. Today we take the Westcotts and the Harmons, a family that has been around 200 plus years on both sides, and we unite them. That's what I'd really like to talk about here. Because at this point, you're all my family. I'd like to welcome you and thank you for accepting me into yours. And Stacy, I also want to say, my last gift to you for tonight, not only will you be able to rely on your family and the people that love you very much, but you will always be able to rely on my family and the people that love you just as much.
Whoa, yeah.
Yes.
Welcome to the family.
As I would like to open up the microphone if anybody has a couple of words they'd like to say to the bride and groom and toast.
Come on, John. All right. There we go.
What up, y'all? I'm John Westcott, related to this rowdy bunch. all of you now, so that's good enough. Mike won't claim me, but he loves me as his own.
That's right. He does too.
It's been great. It's been fun. I mean, just watching where Nick came from. I mean, he was the older brother who, before he even turned 20, realized that he had some issues. He worked with it. He gone through it. Like everybody knows me. Like it's real hard when life gets shitty to live it sober. Like not having a crutch to turn to. And for the last 9-10 years, he's done that. Now he's got Stacy to do it with him. And
Yeah.
I mean, keep on keeping on. You got a good family. You got gorgeous Jackson. You got whatever house you want in the future. So here's to you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. Enjoy.
Anybody else? Well, then I'll go. I have known Nick, or as I know him, Scotty.
Go in the middle of the room.
As I refer to him, Scotty, for nearly a decade now. Like Stacy, I met him at Green River Community College at KGRG.
Tell us the story, Scotty. Come on. Tell us the story.
Well,
Well.
Scotty and I used to do a show together with some other people called The Scotty Show. The show that gets you up, gets you going, gets you out the door so you can get some. There's no question who came up with that. And he and I became friends as I started to work on his show as we were together at our college radio station. And through the years that we did the show, of course, we moved on to other things. We always stayed in contact, though. And then KGRG, which is over in Auburn, had their 25th anniversary. And for their 25th anniversary, they wanted to bring back some key shows that had been in the history of KGRG. One of those shows was my show, which was a sports show, The Locker Room. And one of those shows was The Scotty Show. And if you don't believe that it was a great show in the history of KGRG, There's plenty of hardware with Nick's name on it, and he'll show you, I'm sure. So Monday night I did my show, and that's where I met Stacy. She was up probably doing homework or stressing out about something. And me, I was like, huh, who's this? I like Lost. So I started talking to her, and after about 5 minutes, I knew that there was somebody that she had to meet. So I asked her to come back the next night and be a special guest intern on the reunion episode of The Scotty Show. And she said she would. I said, there's somebody I want you to meet. And of course, the rest is history. It was Nick.
Yeah.
I'll bet none of you knew Cupid is black.
Killed it.
Although now I know the history of the Harmons, I'm not necessarily comfortable being up here right now. Because I am half black and half Native American. But thanks for letting me be a part of your special day and be the special DJ today. And I know you guys are going to make each other very, very happy for the rest of your life. Everybody raise a glass to Nick and Stacy.
Green River, right? Yeah.
All right, well, thank you all for coming out and supporting Nick and Stacy and the Harmons and the Westcotts. We greatly appreciate you making the time. I really don't know where to start because actually I take a little bit of offense to the fact that the Scotty Show, technically I'm actually Scotty. I hate to break it to you guys, but they're first. They're first. But I'm happy to actually have you all here. Thank you so much for making time to join us. As I said, I guess I can only speak to the fact that I've known Nick for his whole life, right? And so I have a little bit of an advantage here, and I also have the microphone, which is an extreme advantage. But one of the things I really, when I look back on my life and when I look back on Nick's life, one of the things I will share with you is this memory I have of him, that it's like conviction, right? And so I can't really, say anything other than, I don't know, maybe he was 5 or 6 years old, and it was probably, I want to say November, and Nick was in the backyard in a yellow rain slicker, shorts, and one boot and one tennis shoe, and they were on the wrong feet. And he could care less, right? Nick always walks his own path. He's a strong-willed individual, and I can't say enough great things about him. He's my brother, right? But what I can say is that he's chosen a woman that he believes is his soulmate. And our families now are together. So thank you so much for putting up with my brother. I can honestly say that I've put up with him for a while now. And so now, misery loves company. So this is good. But what I can also say is that the conviction that this gentleman has it runs deep, right? As does the conviction of my family. So thank you all so much for joining us. We greatly appreciate you putting up with us. And I'll raise a glass to you guys. Right? Cheers. And
Cheers.
many special memories and a great adventure.
We'd like to hear from some Harmons. Yeah.
Oh, there's pressure here.
Well, they're hiding now.
Jackson.
They've been outed. They've been outed.
I've known Stacy since she was a kid. And
Step to the middle. Take the stage and own the stage. This is your stage.
since I've been in Oregon for well over a decade now, she's been in and out of my life a whole lot more than she probably knows through her mom. But when I saw the video that you did for her birthday, I decided you were a keeper. Oh. So, thanks, hon. And even though I'm not family, I'm family, and welcome. And I'm looking forward to a lifetime of knowing you guys. And by the way, Stace, I love Jackson.
There's no way.
Someone wants the last
She
remark.
has to defend the family history.
I've always been a fan of the last word. I first would like to open this by saying that Nick may not be, an Indian killer, but he is the family direct relative of Benedict Arnold. So let's right? So, what was that?
Hey, it makes it even better, baby.
You know. And I would just like thank everybody for being here. It's very surreal on your wedding day when you keep coming up to people. And that's my son, everyone. Well, at least he has a clothes on. It's surreal getting married. Every moment of it, like something you dream about your whole life, but going through the experience and just realizing, oh, this is really happening, and then having all of your friends and family and loved ones come up to you, and you're talking to one person that you want to talk to so much, and then someone else comes up that you also love so much, and seeing all of your loved ones in one place, all wanting to come talk to you, and it is just an amazing experience. And I love all of you so much, and I'm very excited to be part of the Westcott family. Benedict Arnold, But I just am very excited to be here, and that's kind of it. I don't have a clever delivery ending, but just I'm very excited to be part of the Westcott family, and I love all of you. So,
All right, everybody.
Brother the groom.
I can say whatever I want.
It was Benedict Arnold's wife, and she was really hot.
She was what?
Really hot.
Yes! Damn right.
She had to have been. All right?
Behave yourself.
So again, I'm Rick Westcott. I'm Nick's dad, Dave's dad, John's dad, and it is really wonderful to see everybody here. People who have traveled from Minnesota, from Oregon, from Idaho,
Gig Harbor.
all the way from Seattle. And I just wanted to say, from my perspective, to welcome Stacy, and that you have to understand, as a part of our family, wherever you are, wherever it is in this world, if you ever need any help, the family's here to help, because that's what families are all about.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That's just the way it goes. Tough luck, kid.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd like to second that. I'm the father of the bride, so tonight was an interesting evening, but it was very good. And I do want to thank the Westcott family, and especially Dave, for opening up his home. It's a beautiful facility here, a home, and he was willing to open it up, let us move furniture, so we can have a nice wedding in a small, more intimate setting than something that's very large. So Dave, thank you. The other thing I'd like to say is, you know, we always hear that as we raise children, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, one thing that here, we're not talking about children here, but we're talking about adults. But I'd like to submit to you that it still takes a village to help Nick and Stacy as they go into their marriage. And I'd like to challenge each of you. Sometimes things are going to be great, tonight's great, but as time goes along, there's going to be some issues or challenges that they're going to face as a couple. And they're going to reach out maybe to each one of us. And maybe like the advice that we would have given them as a single individual, as a Nick Westcott or a Stacy Harmon, might be a little bit different advice than what you would give them as a couple. So my challenge to everybody would be, if they reach out to us now, give them advice that would benefit as a couple versus individuals, because that's what they're going to need, and they're going to still look out to each of us to be that support system that they've always had as children. And so, Nick, we are more than excited to have you as our family.
Yes.
I probably will still call you Nick, but you're also my son. With our family, it's the same thing. Please, you have the support of everybody. We've got friends and family that we're there to help and to be for you. Anyway. Thank you.
And with that,
Wait just a second, just I just want to say, oh, Tammy.
That's no needed.
Maybe the last word.
They're good.
You know what? It has been a joy. Is it on?
It's on. Put it next to your mouth.
Oh.
Use the microphone. He's gonna have to show me how to use that. Like this?
Yeah.
You don't have
Oh, Fran, you want to say that ain't loud? You have experience.
You're doing great, Linda. You know, rock it.
Family and friends, and you know, for Dave to open his house up like this, it is, you know, I thought, oh, it's gonna be a lot of work, and now I'm just so grateful that he did this, because it makes it more special. And you know, Stacy had the vision, and Nick made it happen, and it was like, it was a great vision, and the two are a good team. They work well together.
We're not half bad either.
And that was so. Here's what Tammy said to me. Okay, when this is all done, you and I and Doyle and Rick are going to go out and vote, just the four of us. We're kindred spirits. It's like, sounds good to me.
I'll wait at the dock.
So,
Yeah, right. You can talk. Yeah.
We've made friends, and I also want to say, you know, for young people now, I am so proud of Stacy and Nick, because they value marriage, and they have valued marriage, and they're, you know, that's it's hard to explain, but in this world, sometimes people don't value marriage, and I'm really grateful and thankful and proud of you both that you do. So
Good example.
I congratulate you, and I love you both.
Absolutely.
Well, Linda and I, we helped a little with the wedding, and it was funny because I would start to say something and she would finish my sentence. We both went and bought an extra cake because we wanted to make sure there was plenty of cake. So, but I mean, it was just funny how we work really well together. So, and I think we can share a grandchild, don't you?
Oh.
Maybe a couple more.
Just I want you to.
Look at the bouquets on the table. Tammy made all of the bouquets herself.
Chris helped, and Charlotte, and I mean, my sisters.
Wow,
that's nice. But I wanted to tell you something, just from Stacy's history standpoint. Oh, honey, don't worry, I won't tell it all. But Stacy had written men off. Stacy was not interested in a man.
Or a woman, none.
Clarify. Sorry, dear. Anyway, yes. Depends on the mood for the day. Okay. Anyway, and so Stacy was just interested in raising her son, and she didn't want to date anyone. She just wasn't interested. She wouldn't look. She just had sworn men off, and I thought, oh great. you know, she's gonna be the lady with all the cats. She is the lady with the cats, but anyway, now she's married. But when she came home and said to me, Mom, I met this guy, and she had this look in her face, and she said, we talked. That's all we did. We talked all night long. And he respects me and he treats me really like I'm a lady. And Mom, he's kind of like Dad. And I was like, oh boy. She's never said that before. I can tell you about some of the dates Stacy's had.
Oh no, let's
They're
not.
all in jail right now. Yes, they're all incapacitated, I mean. Anyway,
Where's Billy?
there's Bill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Billy's our bouncer. So nobody here bouncer. So anyway, and just to see Stacy calm down, it's like, Stacy was sort of floating around on her own, and life was chaotic and hectic. And when Nick came into the picture, Stacy suddenly became grounded, and she hasn't wavered. I mean, they complete each other, they really do. So we couldn't be happier. I mean, we've prayed for Stacy's spouse since she was born, and God really did a good one here. So we are very grateful. So anyway, we love you guys.
Who wants some cake?
All right, let's get that bad boy cut, huh?
you.